Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Redeemed Family. This is a brand new channel that's dedicated to helping families reflect the heart and nature of God. One of the introductory topics for this channel will be the idea of covenant over character. Covenant over character. Some people, this would be toxic or destructive types, they rely on the idea of covenant to be binding so that they don't have to have character. Let's unpack that. When healthy people get into a relationship, and Christians, godly people, they do so with the understanding that they're both submitted to God. And so anything that might be unhealthy or missing the mark on their end, they want to invite God into the process to become healthier, to reflect his nature in how they relate to people. So they're submitted to God, and then they'll mutually submit to one another. They will invite the fruits of the Spirit to grow in their life, in a sense. But destructive people, they just want the covenant. They want the fact that it's binding for you, but they want that to substitute for there to be any character development on their part. So what they'll do is they'll point you to scripture to say what your role is for them in meeting their needs. But if you highlight anything, any areas where they're missing the mark and point to scripture as well, it doesn't matter at all to them because their heart is not to reflect the nature of God in relationships. And actually, when a person comes to the table that way, that's not a covenant. It's not a covenant. In Bible days, a covenant was when two groups of people or two individuals came together with the understanding that they wanted to protect one another's interests. They want to make sure that it was a mutually beneficial thing where they both could prosper. That was the idea of covenant. People didn't get into it with the idea of, okay, I'm going to get from them and I'm not going to be a type of person that adds to their life. Otherwise, there will be no covenant. So that idea in marriage is completely foreign. It doesn't work and it's not God's heart. So let's reflect on that and make sure that the people that we allow into our lives to get close to us, that we make sure that we have God's idea of covenant, which is, again, reflecting his heart and his nature and inviting him into the process when we miss the mark in those areas. So, Redeemed Family, let's reflect on that and let's grow in God's expression in us, in our hearts, and in our lives.